kick up with our MC. But I would love to welcome all of you. The fact that since we're from home, and I can imagine if we're on a live stage and our MC has a little challenge that he couldn't be on. And that's why I love Zoom. We're able to connect as we have people dial in from many different places. I would like to welcome uh, all of you on the Zoom here today, and it is an honor for me today to share with you the same information 16 years ago that totally changed my life and talk about life. This is the dream life that I thank God every morning, every day that I can wake up and my husband and I, former engineer and me nurse, and now we're both able to truly own our life, that we have time to be with our four boys. And this is my dream job, is to be a mom and to be an international businesswoman right from the comfort of my home. And today I want to able to share you the journey to really live the life that you ought to live. It's not easy because our family journey was we're talking about people uh, died just to try to get to this great country. I lived here in US for 46 years and often read about the boat people. Our family left when I was 5 years old. We got here in 1980. The journey to America, the land of opportunity, was not free. We know there's a big price because thousands of people, perish on the open ocean. And when we came here, I was the middle kid of nine children, as you can see there. My MC supposed today is K2 right there. And I thank God that we start humble, even though we came here 46 years ago. I watched my mom and dad work real hard. They were fishermen in our country. So when they came here, they bought a fishing boat in Santa Cruz, California. And at least growing up, one thing is my parent taught us is to work hard and to always stay coachable, teachable, and humble. And we really start humble. And because of our experience, watching our mom and dad work so hard, my simple dream growing up was I just want to deliver the American dream to my mom and dad. I want to retire them, and I didn't know how I was going to do it. Being an introvert, if you're on the Zoom here today and you feel like you're an introvert like me growing up, where I don't like to talk to a lot of people, today, well, I mean, obviously talking in front of a Zoom is easier than in live. But being an introvert, I love to help people, just didn't want to be in front of a lot of people. So nursing was my career of choice when I went to college. Um, but the day that changed my life was my third year in nursing. Someone invited me to a business presentation. I saw a whole new industry. I saw a business model that allows someone uh, for me, I thought I was average and ordinary to really achieve the extraordinary, to truly able to live the American dream. And somewhere, what I heard, the speaker was talking about dream. He was talking about, it doesn't matter where you came from, as long as you have a dream, desire, and discipline, you can turn all that dream into reality. And and I just sit there and I started dreaming about, the place I'm going to take my mom and dad. I start dreaming about the vision of telling them that I can retire them. And I tell you, that was my dream. And I came home, told my mom and dad I'd be the first one in nine children to do that. And because of that promise to my parent, I did not give up. While I was finishing nursing school, I start that side gig more than 30 years ago. And looking back, because of not quitting, because the speaker also say the only way to fail is you quit. And he said, quitter never wins, winner never quits. And so it stayed with me. And looking back, I thank God I didn't quit when it gets so hard. When I felt like, I just gonna, be average and ordinary. I just gonna continue just be a nurse and, and marry a rich guy and maybe life would be wonderful, right? But that promise that I told my mom and dad that I'm gonna retire them, that's what Because sometime in life, you can always let yourself down, right? But when you promise something to someone, you love, and you just can't let them down. I felt my parent was excited when I told them I'm going to retire them. And so as you can see, continue that part-time gig. And eventually I was making more than my full-time nursing job. And that's when I retired my mom and dad. And that was the first, trip to Hawaii. And this is in 2004. And with that journey, of transformation and learning so much from really successful individual that believe in me, um, I was able to buy my first home because during that time I was building a tremendous team in the financial business. And being in the financial business, I've learned that many marriages fall apart because of finance. And I vowed to myself that I want to make sure that I'm financial set before I have my own family. And so I bought my first home. I bought my dream car. As you can see, the Mercedes. I was driving around a beat up, Aqua Legend, like a hand me down kind of car that I was too embarrassed to show people. And so I share this with you. Is in 2004, I was 20, in my late 20. I achieved all the dream that I set out for myself. Sharing this with you is not to impress you, but I want to impress upon you of working hard, of being committed to your dream, and most important, you don't quit. And so life was great. I was the top 1% money earner in that company. I was featured on Successful Home magazine. I was the MVP. Everything, life was great, until yeah, until the whole financial crisis happened. And I found myself losing my home, losing, I went through a breakup, I lost at home, my car broke down in 2008. I found myself, losing everything. And one thing I didn't lose was hope. I pray to my God, whoever your creator is, and I say, God, I love people. I just need to find that one company that I can say, this is it, because I truly believe that when one door opened, another one, when one door closed, another one opened. And so it led me to this company, January 2009. And when I saw this company, I felt, the mission of this company is so amazing. The mission was like to be a force for good throughout the world by empowering individual with rewarding business opportunity with innovative products, which you're gonna get all the details today, and being a part of enriching, uplifting culture. And I just felt like that was calling to me, and saying yes to that company 19 to this opportunity 19 years ago totally transformed my life. And not only my life, but we're impacting life around the world, transforming, our business. My business expanded to 32 countries right now. And every day to know that we can make an impact. Never in a million years I would able to be in a position where I can inspire other people, like myself, that it doesn't matter who you are on the Zoom here today, that you can, live the American dream, or living, quality of life. Because speaking in front of 7,000 people in Singapore 8 years ago, I would never imagine to able to share about dream and believe. And I'm here to tell you, I truly believe that dream does not have to be a dream. It's a matter of a decision that you can decide today that, that you can live, the dream of your, whatever the desire that God, your creator, put in your heart. Because today is really about you, about empowering you to, go and live that, life that, as we grew up, right? I truly believe that, as we graduate high school, when we're a kid, people ask what you want to be. I mean, I'm pretty sure many of you now, as you're mature and been working, you probably realize that you want more than just making a living, right? I mean, whatever your reason is, owning your own business, traveling the world, being part of a community that truly believe in people, and a community that truly bring value, into the marketplace, or whatever it is. I truly believe you can have it here. Because, when I was 20 years old, I read a book called Think and Grow Rich. And my second book is called Rich Dad and Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. It taught me about, the key to success, the key to financial and time leverage is you have to have a business system. Because many of us start out, there's 4 quadrants. The first quadrant as employee, I was taught by my parent to go school, get a good education, and then work hard and hopefully, retire at 65, right? With that job, right? But I learned a long time ago, JOB stand for Journey of the Broke or Just Over Broke, right? And then, employee, you want to move over to the B, as a business owner, not just having a small business like a doctor or a chiropractor or even a nail salon, because the business really own you if you don't have a business system. So what Robert Kiyosaki talked about, you want to truly have your quality of life, time, and financial leverage, you have to be in the B quadrant, business owner with a system. See, I've learned about a business with a system 30 years ago when I was 20, in my early 20s, all right? And that has made a whole difference. And then, because some people, they say, I don't want to be employed. I'm going to self-employ. I'm going to open my own business. So they're literally leaving a small jail, going to a bigger prison because nobody care more about your business than you, right? If you're self-employed, if you're a doctor, if you're sick, you don't show up, guess what? Your clinic closed. If you're a nail salon owner and something happened, you don't show up, the money stop. That's what self-employed is. And so here, you also want from self-employed, you want to become, on the right quadrant right here, a business owner with a sister and, an investor is someone who has money to let money work for them, not them working for their own money. And so as an investor, meaning money work for you, I've learned through my business system, my business that give me leverage money, I invest in real estate. And so that's allow us, when we moved here to Utah from California, allow us to invest in real estate. Yes, it has produced, thanks to, that vehicle, allow us to really stay, afloat, in the last few years when the economy was really bad, right? And so today I'm showing you a business, that has a system and, a company that truly believe in transforming, millions of family health worldwide. And so we're excited about that mission, but ultimately it's all about you creating, that life for you and your family. And so today we're going to dive into, I'm going to show you a quick video. And so to kind of, drive into the point that I want to share with you here today.
What will your last 10 years look like? Will you be quick enough for a game of tag with your grandchild? Strong enough to embrace every moment? Will you grow old with vitality? Or get old with disease? It's time to decide.
Okay, so right now, there's this invisible battle happening inside you, and you're right in the middle. And believe it or not, this struggle pretty much decides how you feel, look, and even how you age.
So on one side, you've got these things called free radicals. They're basically tiny attackers damaging your cells. It's a lot like an apple turning brown. That decay, it's called oxidative stress. It happens to us too.
And this damage comes from, well, everywhere. Pollution, stress, your diet, even just breathing.
So what's the big deal, right? Well, this slow, constant damage, piling up year after year, it's been linked by tons of studies to some of the biggest health challenges we all worry about. We're talking heart issues, diabetes, even cognitive decline. It's this long-term cumulative effect that really does the damage.
So how do you fight back? With antioxidants. They're like your body's personal bodyguards.
They're kind of like the lemon juice for your cells, stopping that damage before it can even start. Your best source for these protectors? Colorful fruits and veggies. They're absolutely packed with them.
But here's the big question. Are you really getting enough to win this internal battle?
And hey, what about those supplements you take? Are they actually doing anything you can measure?
So how do you stop guessing? How can you know for sure what's going on inside?
Right now, most of us just say, I think they're working. We're just hoping, with no real data.
Well, all of that changes, starting now.
Let me introduce you to Prism.io. This is where we stop guessing and start knowing. It's super simple. A quick scan on your hand gives you your personal antioxidant score in 15 seconds.
You get one powerful number, your Prism score. It makes that invisible battle totally visible. And this isn't a guess. The AI behind it has analyzed over 20 million scans. That's serious data.
And you can see the impact right here. Better choices in supplements lead to a higher score. It's that simple. And listen, you don't have to just take our word for it. This technology has been independently studied and validated by researchers at some of the most respected institutions in the world. We're talking Yale, Stanford, Harvard. The science it's built on even won a Nobel Prize. The credibility is just undeniable. In fact, there was this huge 10-year study from Yale University that confirmed two incredible things. First, that this is the most accurate way to actually measure how many fruits and vegetables you're eating. And second, and maybe more importantly, seeing your score change over time is one of the most effective ways to motivate people to stick with healthy habits for good.
So it's time to stop guessing and start knowing. This puts you back in control of your health.
The only real question left is, are you ready to finally see your score?
And that's where the opportunity lies with us that we believe so many people out there deserve to know whether their taking is working or not. And, we know the world right now out there, 8 billion people are aging and their health is deteriorating. And the supplement industry out there is so huge. We're talking about over 177 billion dollars that people are spending to take supplement. People like your family, your friends, people around you are taking, but the question is, are they working? I mean, obviously they work hard for their money. They deserve to know. And as our company, we believe that people today, they living longer, but not necessarily healthier. And our goal as a company is to help bridging that gap, that allowing people to live longer but more youthful. And that's where every day, we as a company and as an individual, the reason why I study nursing is because, there's a saying in the Asian, health is golden. And so when we talk about, when I was in financial service, helping people, to accumulate money, but I realized that if they don't have their health, it doesn't matter if they have money, right? Because health is real gold. And right now, the global wellness industry, we're talking about $6.3 trillion. People are concerned about their health because with so much oxidative stress and, chemical out there, people are aging faster and there are more cancer on the rise. Recently on the news, we're talking about virus and, especially during COVID, people they know that, they got to make sure that their health is, at par, that they have bulletproof, the higher your antioxidant is, the more bulletproof vest you have on protecting your health. So we have the solution, our company. I'm sorry, if you allow me, I need to get a quick water. Okay, give me a quick water. Okay, I got my water. And here is our chief scientist, Dr. Joe Shen. The book called The Aging Myth is New York bestselling. We just have him like a few weeks ago here in Provo, Utah, training, talking about how you can control the way you age. Because most people say, hey, aging is inevitable. There's nothing you can do about it. I challenge you to get on Amazon and buy this book because we has a secret how to help people live younger and more youthful and health, right? Because if they're not, there's free radical, trillions of free radical attacking, our cells, our body, just like how this apple is, right? And that's the reason why there is a rise in, people in terms of with all this free radical, it's breaking down, not only our skin, our cellular protection, and all of that. So what we're gonna able to do about it, as a company, antioxidant is so important. It's like that warrior, fighting, for us, to keep body, healthy and with our total solution. We're having products that's truly can help you with your gut health, immune function, cardio health, brain health, skin health, bone health, eye health, joint health, metabolic health. I mean, literally the whole shebang. I just turned 52 years old, being a part of this company for 16 years. I can tell you, and taking care of four little men, they're now 12, 11, 10, and 5. I have to be at my optima, my health has to be at optima for me to truly function. And so thanks to this company, being part of, using these products helped me so much in the last 16 years, you know, because when I came into the business, I did not know my antioxidant was so low. I was right here. I was in the red zone. And I did not know, even though 13 years in the financial business, I was helping people with their financial health, but I I I didn't pay attention to my own health. I overworked. I was making 40, 50,000 a month, but I was always stressed out. And when I came into this company, I scanned myself on that, Vivaton, the scanner that truly gave me a score. We'll tell you more about that technology. But I found myself, I was the walking dead. I wasn't smoking. I just didn't take supplement and I'm constantly stressed. And so I felt like once I knew the score, I felt like everybody deserved to know, right? And how do you able to increase your score to be over here? I'm right now over here. And so because we have technology that can really prove it, because people are already, they know that they need to take supplement, but they just don't know whether it's working, or not. Right here in US, Walgreens, Costco, all over the place. If you go there, there's rows and rows of supplement, but people don't know whether it's working. See, as a science-based company, we understand the importance of measurement, from the cholesterol testing in the 70s through the testing. They sold over $20 billion of statin drugs in the 80s when they have the bone scan, density scan, it's measured, your bone. They sold over 200 million of calcium products and life scan glucose in the 90s, allowed them to sell $1.5 billion of insulin products. And so we know the importance of measurement. So when we're able to measure antioxidant, we sold over $60 billion of supplement sales. And so, as you can see, the important measurement right now, if you're in the US, you go to Costco, there's a ring. It's this small, right? It's called Oura Ring. It's measure your sleeping, it measure your heart. I mean, obviously, the more sleep you have, the better, for your health, right? But it measure your health. But how do you know your overall health, your nutrition health? And that's where, our technology, our Prism, we've been having this for 20 years. The first scanner is so huge, right? It measures antioxidant and then it gets smaller and smaller. And we're so excited when we have the Prism IO. I have it in my office, but it's small like a, you know, yeah, like a hockey puck, okay? And it's evolved. And guess what? These the scanner right here, you have to lease them $100, $200 a month. But with our recently, launch Prism IO, you don't have to lease it. You can buy it to measure not only for you, but your whole family, overall health. My son, my four boys, they measure and they're like competing who's gonna get the higher score, every week. And so, because we're committed as a company, we're committed to 10 million healthy households in the next 3 to 5 years. And so, as you can see, it's not a new technology. I mean, we have this for the last 20 years. It's just now smaller. Okay. We measure over 15 million people, 26 million scan. And most important right now, this is powered by AI technology because the science behind this company is not one scientist. I mean, so many, especially in my community of Asian, when I want to expand this into my community, because I truly believe, my community works so hard, especially if many are in the nail salon. I mean, they breathing in toxic fume that, really done a lot of damage to their health. And so when I saw this, I see how we can truly, help transform the health of first my community. Yeah, and a lot of the products in my community, they buy it, through infomercial, on TV. There's no real science, and now, as we expand into the Latin America, community, you get to hear from one of our top, leaders in the Latin community later, and she has the same passion. But see, because this company, we don't just have one doctor, we have over 75 in-house scientists, and we want to help people get to the source of aging, not just treating the signs like our competitor out there right now. And, back to this technology that we're so excited about, because we know that it's a game changer technology that's really creating a huge wave right now globally around the world, and we're just getting started. And so I want to show you a quick video how this technology evolved, and how this can truly help you go out there and help people in the process, giving you the truly quality of life by helping others. So I'm going to show you a quick video right here, coming up to explain more about the technology.
Today's wellness tech can track how you sleep, breathe, manage stress, and how your daily choices shape your long-term health. Technology has moved from measuring to understanding to predicting. And now, we introduce the next chapter, Prism IO, your personal wellness companion. Small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, it's backed by science and clinically proven. Instead of scanning your palm, you simply scan your finger to receive your Prism score, a measure of your skin's carotenoid levels. Prism IO uses patent-pending spectral ray technology, which consists of hundreds of thousands of hyperspectral absorption measurements per scan to accurately assess light absorption in the skin. Then, a predetermined algorithm, driven by AI and referencing Raman technology, converts these measurements into your Prism score. It sounds complex, but what it gives you is simple: clarity, confidence, and momentum toward your best self. Prism IO is more than a device, more than data. It's intelligent wellness, personalized, powerful, and designed for you. The future of wellness is here, and it's only just beginning. Say hello to Prism IO.
Yes, it is truly an intelligent wellness. I've been involved for 16 years, and I've never, back then, my scanner, I have my affiliate borrow for me, but now, they can able to have one at their house. It's like, a device that measures your heartbeat. I mean, I can't imagine. There are some time, like when I traveled to India and I came back and I wake up in the middle of the night, I went and scanned to make sure that my score is still, high up here. And when people hear that, oh, you got 4 boys, how do you do it? I'm like, let me share with you the secrets, okay? And I truly believe that alone, allow me to see where I'm at in terms of my overall nutrition health score, right? And so every day, when I wake up, I literally scan myself a few times a day just to want to make sure there's no surprises, right? But for me, I have this company technology to thank for, because not only my husband health, my children health, really they get sick because they're on these product, and we now able to scan them, knowing that this technology is not as simple, just that little like, sorry, I have it in my office, I didn't have it here, but it looks small, but and able to have built-in AI, is able to have a dashboard. It's able to, based on someone's score, it can send them a link to recommend them, what's the products that they should take. And if someone click on it to buy, I get paid no matter where they're at. And I love that. This whole technology, we're talking about over, a few $100 million, in this technology. And we as a company, the slogan is, found of you. We want to take care from the inside out, which to us is important, and then from the outside in. But today we focus on how we can help you and the people to transform their health. Because every day, the people that been on this journey with me in the last 16 years, they look younger and younger. They're able to travel the world. They're able to have the health and vitality. To me, that's a gift that we can give to other people. And this company, we're already planning, in the next, 10, 20 years of AI technology because 40 years ago, it started with the company trying to, as you can see here, the fountain of youth. How can we bring that fountain of youth to the world? And that's what we've been doing at solid company. But every time they launch a new technology, it creates a whole new opportunity. As you can see there, I mean, we're last year the company bought a company called Life DNA that is coming. I mean, we're just so excited about the Prism right now. But can you imagine the day you can put a swab and send it in, and we can give you your whole DNA profile, right? It's coming. I hope it's not coming soon because we just launched the Prism IO. But as you can see, this company is really about innovation and innovation. And we know right now there's a huge wave, because we're launching, the Prism IO. We're talking about, 2020, the first quarter, we have over 20,000 unit, in the marketplace. It won't hit critical mass until 2027, until, I mean, the world had not even known about this Prism IO yet. So the wave is coming. We ask you to join, as we launch this into, because eventually in the next 3 to 5 years, 10 million, household will have this in their house. And so it's all about, 15 second. How many people can you go and say, hey, 15 second, I can change your life? They're like, what? Right? This is how fast 15 second is to give someone their nutrition health score. They deserve to know. Your friend deserve to know. The people you know deserve to know. Because, these days, how many stories have you heard that, oh, someone, I mean, I have a cousin I haven't seen, like he's distant cousin in Sacramento, California. You know, I, I just heard a story 2 weeks ago from my mom. She called me, your cousin, he went to work, he came home and he just like, I have a headaches and they took him to the hospital and then he had hard time breathing. That same day he passed away. And I mean, what if, I mean, obviously he's so I mean, I have so many cousins, but in a way, I feel guilty, because if we were able to call and scan him, it would have alert that his score is in the red zone. Then at least, we can do something about it. And this is someone who had, from based on what my mom said, he barely sick. He worked like a dog every day, barely sick. And suddenly he's like, I have a headache, I can't breathe, go to emergency. He's not, he gone, right? How many stories like that have you heard, people around you? And so people deserve to know. And the company that behind this is a company that truly, we're not a, fly-by company. We've been around for 40 years. I live only 20 minutes away from, the company innovation center here in Provo, Utah. And this is our innovation center in Shanghai. All right. And we are in 40 market, okay? Not just here in US. We're in Latin America, we in Vietnam, we just recently launched India market, right? Because as you can see here, our mission is big. We are a force for good by empowering people to look, feel, live better longer. That's our mission, to help people live better longer. Okay. And we as a company, as a vision, we want to offer anybody, or some of you on the Zoom here today, a business platform where you can go out there, empower people, let them know, hey, do you have 15 seconds? I can help change your life in 15 seconds, right? And then through the business, by helping other people, you're going to get paid, by truly, helping other people, because, this company is truly a force for good. We want to empower, individual to have a business that provide you the opportunity to live your life, the life on your own term. We want to, empower people because we believe, we're community. People want to be a part of a community that bringing value to marketplace. People today, they say this generation is a loneliness generation. People feel alone. People feel, disconnected. And I challenge you here today to be part of this community, part of this company, part of our community here, that every day that we're challenging you, we're helping you to discover the best in you. And this partnership, with the company, with, the senior partner here, we're going to help, build a business that have integrity. We say what we do and we do what we say. I've been in the business world now for 30 years. I see company comes and go, company that promise people, fast money and then they're gone. But it's not about the company going out of business. It's causing, a lot of bad experience. It causing reputation, because, there are 95% of, startup company close their door in less than 10 years, 5 years. And so to know that we're part of a company that, long-term vision, we're leadership driven and customer obsessed. What does that mean? We want you to experience our product. We want we challenge you to prove us wrong, right? And our product come back with money back guarantee, product that truly impact life. And we innovate to duplicate, meaning this company, at the heart of this company is all about innovation, innovation. We would never have a Me Too products. And we're long-term focused, result driven. What does that mean? Our product has to deliver result and we can measure it, right? And we as a company, we believe the truth is good enough. The truth is good enough. We don't need to fabricate anything. We share with you real result that people can literally see it. When you help people, from the inside out and the outside in, people can visually see the difference. I mean, I just met, someone at church on Sunday, and she came up to me. She's the mother of my son, high school son. They went to the same school and same church. And I'm like, wow, you look so beautiful. How young are you? She said, I'm 38. Oh my God, her son is in my son, they're classmate, right? And she said, so how old are you? And I'm like, I just turned 52. And she's, no way. You're like the most, I would guess you're like 43, 45. I'm like, oh, thank you. I'll show you the secret, right? Because when people visually see, with their own eyes, it impact them emotionally. It's not only I see it, to have her, and she's Filipino, she's beautiful and but she's like, no way. And that makes me feel good. And I'm like, yes, the product works, right? And that's what really drive the consumption of our, especially our Next health products month in and month out. We just gotta challenge people to use our products, and our, all our product, literally money back guarantee. If it doesn't work, you get your money back. And I truly believe the reason why the company is still lasts today, because at the heart of it, we are a force for good, and I every day to know that I'm a part of a force for good. Every day when I go out there, I meet people. It's not about making more money. It's like they deserve to know. People deserve to know about these products that can change their life. But when you go out there and truly want to help people, because I truly believe that service to many will lead to greatness. 16 years ago when I came into the business, I was broke. I was on my mom and dad living room, and someone, referred me to a startup company, and he said, Terry, they can pay you 10,000 a month, for 6 months if you're going to help them launch the market, open new, territory. Because yeah, I have experience 13 years. But I said, you know what? Yeah, I really need the money, but my dad always teach me, if you're poor, you got to smell good. That's meaning don't sell your integrity, don't sell for money. And I knew that if I be involved with that company, they might close down their door. And I felt like 60 years ago, I was 35. I don't have any more time to waste. I want to build to last. And so I say no to that 10,000 a month and started with this company. At the beginning, I started, nobody paid me anything, but I saw the vision, of this company, how we can truly help people. But when you truly help people, you will get rewarded through our amazing, self, performance plan, our compensation. I call it the freedom plan, because it's not only that you get reward by sharing these amazing life transforming products to individual. But if you decide, say, hey, you know what, besides sharing these amazing, I want to build something, just like, the quadrant on the right-hand side, building a business, with a system, without all the headaches, without the big investment. I saw my good friends here, Evelyn. I mean, she recently launched her own business, and I know it's costing her a lot of money to open her, property management company, just like many other business. If you built your own business out there, it's going to cost you a lot of money, right? My husband, prior to meeting him, he opened a restaurant, and it cost his marriage because he come home, stressed out, 3, 4 in the morning. The 200,000 money, that he invests in there is really brain damage, you know. And but here you can build your business. You be in business for yourself, but not by yourself. There's not a lot of investment in it. And then the best part is, it's like building your own mini franchise. You decide to build it as big as you want to. As asking, who do you know that want to own their own life? Who do you know that want to build a business with no headaches, with no overhead, with no employee, all the good, none of the bad, in owning their own business. Because for me, when I in the financial business, yeah, every office I open, I have to invest, 70,000 to 100,000 in my financial office, prior to this company. That's why I was making 40, 50,000 a month, but I was stressed out, and I have really, have no time to even think about starting a family, right? 13 years there. So when I came in here, I said, yeah, I do want to build a business, right? And so, who do I know that I want to empower? Who do I know that I want to coach and mentor? As they move up, I move up, right? And I love that, just like a broker. If I'm a broker and I work with Evelyn, if let's say Evelyn, one of my agent, and I train her everything, that I know to be a superstar, and she decide to move across the street and open Century 22 and compete with me. And guess what? Once she break away and open her own brokerage firm, I don't get paid nothing. But over here, if I work with Evelyn and empower her, and as she move up, I get 5%. If she produce 100,000 production in her, team, I get 5%. That's 5,000. If I help her build 500,000, I get 5%, 25,000. And that's where the leverage income, instead of making zero, I get 5%, as the leading right here. And that's where true residual income, because as we empower individual, like Evelyn, like Clara, like Gigi on the Zoom here today, they can build their mini franchise. Their franchise might produce, 50,000 production, 100,000, but instead of getting paid nothing, I get 5%, right? And so we want to empower more people. You decide how, do you just want to make a few thousand a month, or tens of thousand, or 30, 40,000? When I came in here, I want to make 30, 40,000, but I want quality of life, and I don't want to sacrifice my health. And thanks to this product, we will show you, how to get to Ruby. Ruby is like in the middle part. This is where, your 50% chance to become a blue diamond, 30, 40,000 a month. And you got to work hard at it. You work smart. We're going to teach you how to work smart, not just hard, work smart. All right. Because we're going to provide you all the tool. We provide you the mentorship. The company provide you the training, to move up to become blue diamond and team elite. I'm a team elite right now, and we have like probably more than 10, 15 team elite in our team, right? And they're just like you, all different background. And we're excited. We want to share with you like never before. The company will also, the company came up with lab leadership advancement bonus. You see that? Because we want to help you, advance up, from affiliate to, Ruby to Blue Diamond, and you get bonus. It never happened before. That's why we're so excited. It just really, it started at the last week of April, and now full month of May. I mean, imagine as we help you move up beside the commission, there's detail to, the sharing bonus, the building bonus, and the leading bonus. I'm not even talking about those, as you work closely with your senior partner, as they help you become a BR and then Ruby, they're going to break it down, the compensation with you. But here, this is additional bonus that you can earn as a bonus bonus, right? As you move from BR, you get 500 bonus. To go, you have $700 bonus. As you move up to Ruby, you pick up the $1,000 and 2,000, and move all the way to Blue Diamond, you pick up a 10,000 bonus, you know. So if you move from affiliate all the way to Blue Diamond, you can collect $22,000 of bonus, just bonus. I see Evelyn have all these heart. Yes, Evelyn, this is really just launched beginning of May. We have someone, 3, 4 years ago, she went from affiliate to Blue Diamond in 12 months. But this wasn't in place. If not, she would have picked up additional 22,000 bonus, right? And so we're excited. I challenge you, get together, the person invite you, and say, hey, Terry, tell me more. How can I get, Clara, tell me more. How can I can pick up that bonus? These are the leaders that, already rise to Blue Diamond in our team. And they from different background, from a salon owner to nail technician to a clinical scientist, to, you're gonna get to hear from Clara. I mean, all different background, and they made it, right? And so I want to, Clara, to share with you in a few minutes how she, why she came in and what got her to be so excited about, this opportunity, and to able to say yes, serve her community, and able to reach, Blue Diamond, about director in our business. And so please, I want to bring up Clara, okay, to share.
Been around the world, same song. Work hard, play harder all day long. All the continents get jealous over me. You can see me, please.
Hi everyone. Hi Terry. How are you? Um, I think like you just mentioned, this is it doesn't matter the background of everybody that you mentioned right now that everybody saw all the team elite and blue diamonds. Yes. Um, it's just it's whoever uh, make the decision at the right moment. And I think when I make my decision, Terry, it was in this picture, the first trip that I earned with my husband. And I was able to hear the stories and I was able to see the vision of where this business can take me. And it's been an amazing journey because my friend Tammy introduced me this business 10 years ago. And now I'm able to invite people and present to people all over the world and tell them about that everything that you can achieve with this business is real. Everything. Here you can see all the teams everywhere, and this is the best moment. I'm super excited for this moment because is the company has everything for us. It has the bonus, it has everything. And this is the best moment to start, Terry.
Thank you so much, Clara, for sharing. As you can see, this is we were just here in Utah 2 weeks ago with Clara and Latino, because that's where we're building the big and Latino market right now. And you heard Clara talk about the success strip right there. You can qualify for the success trip. Uh, that's is Clara first, and she probably went so many success trip already. Have you remember earlier when we shared with you? Have you ever think about wanting to travel the world? New Skin can take you all over the world. I've been to Iceland, Waikiki, Alaska. I've been to Bermuda. I mean South Africa. 5 years ago. I'm supposed to be in Vietnam this week, and then India. But I found out I have to cancel my flight like a month ago because my son, my kindergarten, is graduating like next week. And so, but this company take us all over the world. Not only small, look at this success trip in Southeast Asia, Australia. My husband nephew, he was also a workaholic. He owned restaurant, and it almost destroyed his marriage too. And then when my husband, saw this business introduced to him, and he was able to get rid of his restaurant. He qualified for a success trip. He's right here somewhere with his wife, and they're now a team elite, in Vietnam market. And so and they qualified to go to uh, what Egypt. Egypt. There's a Egypt success trip. And here in the US, we have Yokohama. But we know that there are leaders affiliate or running to be at Yokohama success trip. Most important is this company is launching the live convention, 20,000 people in Yokohama in September. For the first time, I've traveled all over the world, but I haven't been to Yokohama, Japan. I've been to Singapore, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, but not Yokohama. And so we're taking our four boys to Japan and New Skin. I mean, being a team lead, last year we were in Dubai. We in Greece, year before Barcelona, Switzerland, Monaco. I mean, all over the world. And so if you ever dream about traveling, this is the right place to allow you, and we believe it doesn't matter your skin color. God put dream in all of our hearts. As you can see, this is our team. It doesn't matter. But we're here to build last. We know we're in the right place, the right time. Most important, are you the right you? Have you ever dreamed about, living, you know, the life of your dream? And I truly believe, we have the right vehicle and we're here, to lock arm with you. The only way to fail is you quit, right? Because the timing is, right now as we're launching the Prism IO into the marketplace. Imagine if you just have 10 prism, and each prism go out there, tapping people, hey, you deserve to know. Do you have 15 seconds that we can change your life, right? And if they have 10 customer, averaging $100, just $100 for their family health, that would be 500 residual for you, right? And if you have 100 prism out there, it could be a gym, it could be a chiropractor, it could be, anybody who has a prism and go out there and helping transform people health. 100 prism, with 10 customer sign up each, that's 5,000, 5,000 residual income. That's where we're talking about the investor, right? Because I've learned, the smarter investment you can do is invest in people. And that's what we're doing in this business. We're investing in people, we're empowering people, right? And 1,000 prism, in my business and my husband business right now, that creating, 10 customer each only, nobody doing anything crazy, that would create 50,000 residual income. And so we are, on poised 10 million healthy household. Would you join us on this mission? I mean, we challenge you, first of all, connect with the person, invite you, and get your own assessment done. We have a tool that we can go through an assessment to make sure that you on track, because we need to help you first, okay? And then we're gonna go out there and helping other people, right? Our team goal, 1% of 10 million. We're not greedy. We just want 1%. That is at 100,000, 100,000 family, in more than 50 country right now. That would produce over 50 million production a month to our team. Imagine, what if you just got 5%? I mean, I know that number is crazy, but we are having people right now document making 300,000 a month in commission. Yes, they have a big team. Yes, they've been at it 10, 15, 20 years, right? But in the next 3 to 5 years with this Prism, I mean, it's the biggest product launch of this company history, because this technology is fast, small, affordable, portable, and most important is powerful. We're transforming life. And our team, we have a program, a strategy, Wellness for Life, that we can help you, connecting you, to salon, to doctor, nutritionist, yoga. I mean, these business, these individual, this is your connecting. These could be your mini franchise, right? You don't have to open the yoga business. You don't have to open salon. My husband and I, we get phone call left and right from our team. Ben's sister in Orange County, she just called him 2 days ago. Ben, I got like so many salon calling me, how to add in Wellness for Life into their salon so they can sell the, Prism in their salon, and they can scan those that come into their salon, right? And we have doctor, partner up with us. Ben and I, we're not a doctor, but, we're able to launch out in his, a clinic. He's scanning his patient. And so the possibility is there, right? Do you know any of those individuals? We can help, launch the Wellness for Life, into their place of business, okay? And we're gonna zone in how you can, simply, get to the middle, of the compensation plan, which is Ruby. And, we're talking about the power of three, okay? I like the word four because I always felt like if I drive my car and there's only three wheel, I feel nervous. But we want to keep it simple where, maybe three seem like simple. So we realize that there's a power, the power of three. This is where we feel if you focus on this, you can truly, build success, starting out success, right? Because once you get Ruby, if you focus on the power of three, we want to help you to get to Ruby. You can do it in 90 days, you can do it in 6 months, or you can do it in a year. Right now, the average Ruby in the company is 10 months, okay, 10 months. But I have worked with someone in 30 days, helping him went affiliate to Ruby in 30 days. But he was committed. He worked real hard. And his first check was 2,700. Okay. But trust me, we work like from morning to evening, and this happened like more than 14 years ago. I mean, that's when before I was single, I flew up to Seattle and I literally locked arm and worked, with him. Right. But that's our goal. We want to get you to Ruby. Okay. And, once you get to Ruby, you were definitely earning, the next success trip. So it's really starting out with get that scan. Okay. Connect with the person, scan and get yourself on. You got to be at first. You got to believe we're not looking for salespeople. We want to help you raise your score. You got to get on that subscription, or if you don't have a Prism, buy the Prism package, right? Right now you commit to two, getting that whole, this is right now with tax and everything is 300 and something. But with this package, we'll guarantee your score will increase in the next 20, 30 to 60 days. It will give you the confidence, right? And so you by getting that package, and then, because it's hard for you to tell, if we're gonna scan, someone that your friends and family, and they're like, well, what do you do? What's your score? What would you say? Right? And so we're not looking for salespeople that just can sell anything. We want you to be the living testimonial that this product does work. Okay. And then when you do that, guess what? We're just gonna scan and do an assessment, assessment with, starting out 3 to 5 people, right? And if they're getting on the product, we have the product package, it's cheaper, than wholesale price. They get better pricing, right? They get free product as well. And so just 3 people, even just customer, right? And, they're like, hey, I probably have 3 people in my life that need to be scanned with the Prism, that needs to be on this product. But if you get, 3, you're already LOI. If you're beginning to, becoming a BR, and these 3 individuals, then you know what? Beside being healthy, I want to help other people. I want to go out there and help other people transform their health. And when you do that, guess what? You they get 3, you get 3, they get 3. You earn a 500 bonus because you be a BR. Remember the lab bonus? You get 500, right? And on top of that, you know, and they duplicate that. I mean, I'm looking at commission, I'm just average, okay? You're looking at around 1,500 to 2,000, going to Ruby, because you're gonna help these people become, they're just doing exactly what you do. Nobody do anything crazy. We're not even talking about any doctor coming in and selling this to his clinic, right? These are just average individual, and you become a Ruby right there, me plus 3, right? And so leadership, and guess what? Now your team, you're looking at, you have a team of over 12 people. And that's where leverage coming in. I'm not the best salesperson, but I have a lot of family being healthy. And then since they healthy, they're like, hey, what else does New Skin have? You know, and so we have a lot of women in our team, waking up every morning from Vietnam to Europe. They're doing their Loomis Ball with a beauty product, and I get paid. See, Warren Buffett, the billionaire here in America, he said, if you don't find a way to make money when you sleep, then you have to work for the rest of your life, right? And if you don't want to work for the rest of your life, we're here to help you. We'll focus on, building, tapping into the biggest market right now in the US market, the Hispanic Latino market. That's why my husband and I were flying back to California. We're looking at, relocating back to California next year, right? To really explode this huge right? And so, and I'm not even talking about India, because right now, there's so much excitement happening here in the North America market, okay? And I want to wrap up because, you know, the wave is coming. This wave, next 3 to 5 years, we're gonna be a $10 billion company. We're gonna have 10 million healthy households. So there's a moment in our life that you can make decision that can change your destiny. I make my decision 16 years ago. Claire make her decision more than 9 years ago. Our life has changed because after all, this is your business. You build it the way you want to build it. We're not your boss. We're your partner. We can only guide you and direct you, but ultimately, you have to want it. You gotta want it to go out, helping people, and you can do it from home. We can, do assessment. We have an online assessment tool that we can help you, do assessment for those that you love from online, right? From the comfort of your home, right? Because I truly believe whatever dream you have, you can achieve it. I would never imagine, 16 years ago, losing everything, going bankrupt, to able to go back to my country, taking my dad, fulfilling his last wish to come back to Vietnam, putting my mom and dad on business class in 2019. We lived there, for 10 months, and then COVID happened. We went back, everything shut down. My dad passed away. I was pregnant, but looking back, 2020 was the best, year for business. We expand 2021, and then 2022 was the best 3 years, and we built it from home, from my office. I didn't go anywhere, and our business expand and allow us to move to Utah to build our dream home. This is new skin money. We didn't, all the money that we have, you know, is 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 in this home, and it's come from new skin. We didn't have any other money, and that's why this home is always open to all our affiliate that came in to visit us in Utah. Okay. And so we, truly live the American dream and the dream that New Skin promised. But the only thing we require is your, you know, commitment, and, you're gonna have to work hard, in your life, right? But you work smart here, and whatever you built here, you can will it to your kid. Our 4 boys, if God forbid we go back home early to join, our Father in heaven, our kid is taken care of. We don't, because it's a willable asset. You tell me what business out there can you build it and will it to your children, right? And so I challenge you in the next 24, 48 hours, get together with the person, invite you, do your assessment, right? Go through your assessment. We want to transform your health, and then, we're going to put together a game plan to help you start helping other people that to transform their health, right? And so we're excited that you joined us today. We appreciate all of you. I appreciate you for being on the Zoom here today. Now let's go out there and make a difference. Again, thank you. You take care and God bless. We're gonna end the Zoom here today. Appreciate all of you. Okay. So I look forward to get a chance to meet you in person, if this is the vehicle for you. All right. Thank you so much. Take care. And event coming this Thursday. We're gonna have a team training, really detail how you can move up to get all that 22,000 bonus. We have people done it in 12 months. Okay, so we're going to teach you how to build your business, how to max out the earning potential, how to understand the compensation plan, and how to go Ruby in the next 90 days. Okay, all of that will be on this Thursday. Okay, and so we look forward to see you Thursday, same number, same time. Take care and God bless.